light on. That's why I'm doing my reality show, because I just wanted to show what steps I'm taking, what's happening to me for my transformation for the greatest moment ever. Okay, so now this is what we're going to talk about, because later on after I speak to, of course, the sports model John Quinlan, he's going to talk about what's happening with him, because the craziest thing is that someone took his photos and made contact with other people and made pretend that it was him. So what I'm saying is that they're taking his model photos, putting it under their name, and then making contact with people. It'd be awesome. Okay, so why don't we get on with the show, and then after we talk to John Quinlan, and he's going to talk about his stolen identity and what it has done to him and how it affected him. And, of course, it's a good way for him to tell people exactly to watch out, because there's people like him that do things like him, of course, like sports modeling and things like that. And if you're a sponsor or somebody that's trying to, you're trying to land a job, doing modeling, and then somebody says, okay, well, how come is he really like this?
Hey, before I even go on, it's always great to hear from you.
Oh, man.
I love talking to you. All the positive feedback you give me, I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. And, and I just can't even wait to get into this. And I'm sorry to, I'm not rushing you. It's just that I can't believe what's happening, that, it happens to a lot of people, that
Crazy.
Somebody is using your pictures to make contact with other people. And then for you to watch your picture on Facebook being this, like having people making, comments about it that are not, how can I put this, that are not nice. And I don't mean that they're calling you names or anything. They're saying things that a woman would say. It's not good. How do you feel about that? Because I was surprised when I found you. It sounds like a grown man that's not really in touch with himself. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm not saying that kids wouldn't do that, but I've read it. I went through it and I saw the comments and I saw what was written. And come on now. I mean, not to say you're not well known. You're well known, but the way it looks, it doesn't look like a kid did it. It looked like a grown ass man, an idiot.
Like, part of me wants to say it's a fan or a kid, because I don't want to believe someone would be that crazy.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Think about it. You got one of the best bodies in the business. I'm being honest with you. I'm not saying that it's not your fault. But you do. You have one of the best bodies in the business. So, of course you're going to be looked at by women, and then you're going to be looked at by men, obviously. I mean, that's a given. You can't stop that. And obviously there's nothing wrong with it, as long as you're being noticed. But when somebody takes your identity, suppose, a magazine is saying, looking you up, and they see you under Robert Willis, they're going to assume that, I wonder if this is John, and I wonder if he has another identity, and I wonder if he's doing this.
Out there. So I'm assuming that if someone sees some kind of a thing with someone else's name and derogatory pictures and horrible sexual innuendos and comments, they'll assume that it's not me,
To be on the cover of a book. Come on. And you're
cool.
not new to it. You're not new to it, so come on.
Right. And but it's cool, man. I mean, I'm like a regular, and people who know me can relate to this. People who really know me. I'm a regular blue-collar type guy. You know what I mean? I'm not flashy. I'm not loud. I'm not showy. You know what I mean? I'm just a regular kind of down-to-earth, chill kind of dude. I'm not one of these guys that go on your show and just brag and here he goes again. He's bragging about this stuff again.
You were never like that. I was surprised. I was trying to make you do it the first time.
That's not me. That's not me. I'm hiding. I'm always in hiding.
Yes, I was trying to. The first time when we did our show together, I was like, okay. I said, this guy's amazing. I'm going to make him talk. I went into the wrestling thing. He was like, yeah. I trained with Brutus Beefcake and with, Bruce Beefcake and Kowalski. I was like, okay, let me try something else. Okay, so you was on that Muscle Inc. magazine. Yeah, I had fun doing that. I'm like, okay, you was in that children's book. Yeah, I like that. I'm like, what do I have to say? I'm naming all these things that you did, every magazine, telling you that, you were sports model of the month, of the year. I'm like, did you? Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm like, oh, my God.